everybody and welcome to TechTalk. So you may be thinking right now, what happened to the setup? Well, it's kind of complicated. But first, I really need to talk to you. Here I am, and you may have remembered my setup had a 20-inch cinema display and an iMac 2008 on it. You may have been noticing through my videos, I've been saying, and there may be something exciting soon coming up or whatever. I've been having a few hints to this. But in a few days, this weekend, today, it will be one of the most monumental things ever happening to this channel. You may know that I'm a vintage Mac collector, and I run this channel with Johannes. And he's also into vintage Macs, and I'm also into Nintendo consoles, so is he, i.e. So basically, you know, the iMac is getting old. I can't even edit 720p on it, and I'm recording this right now, currently in 4K, and I'm only 2 minutes into the episode. You can check down there, but it cannot handle that. I mean, I've tried all different scenarios. I've tried going onto the Yosemite and El Capitan. I've also tried doing Snow Leopard. I've also tried even doing it on the original iMovie. It just doesn't work. So I've been usually editing my videos on a 5K iMac. One of my parents is downstairs. Or I use this guy. This is my white Sapphire, at least that's what I like to call it. And I built this computer when I was 8. It runs Windows and is very powerful. I'm definitely not replacing it because it's such a nice computer, and obviously it has a lot of memories with it because I built it myself. So the problem is, obviously, I mean, I think Windows and Mac are hand in hand perfect. But I really just want to use a Mac as my main computer and also have a Windows computer as also my main computer. But I just don't want to pick sides. I want to use them both as my main computer. So what Mac am I choosing as my main Mac? Yes, you do. But this will blow your mind. I am getting from a friend for free, I'll tell you that, a 2012 Mac Pro 5,1. I do not know the current specs. Yeah, I know, you're right. This is the newest Mac I have ever owned. It's the most powerful Mac in this entire house. And it's gonna make the iMac look absolutely terrible. I don't know the current specs, but that's basically one important thing I need to address into this video. This is the first of 3 things I need to address. Okay, so we've done the big reveal. Next, cable organization. I need this, but my desk is obviously kind of like a surgical state because I have the cinema display over here. I'm going to be using it in the future, don't worry. I'm not going to leave it sitting there forever. And I also just have the iMac sitting here, and I just use it for checking emails. But basically, the cables is absolutely terrific in this room. Now, you can see the cables are white sapphire. The PSU cable's running all along here, this thick and terrible cable. And then the cinema display power brick is still over here, and it's still plugged in. It's all a mess. But this isn't the worst of it. This is absolutely terrible. Now, I usually have a chair here that pretty much covers up most of this. I mean, it doesn't go over top of it. It covers mostly from here to there-ish, but still isn't good enough, like I was saying. So, basically, I need to address this situation. Now, I haven't really shown you, but this is where I keep my turntable, my Audio-Technica ATPL50. I just did my stylus replacement video a few videos ago. And then down here, I haven't even talked about this on my channel. My Mac Mini G4. along with a RAID that I have that has 2 terabytes of storage, and a switch here that I hardly ever use, but I need to use that in the future. So overall, you have this absolutely terrible sausage of cables coming out here. And now I need to tie this together. I have this back here. Just another Ethernet cable you can just hook in. But anyway, this is absolutely terrible. I also have a fish tank, so that's a mess too. So all this goes here. I'm going to try to stuff it under the carpet so it's not as noticeable. And I also have my records over there. Anyway, so this is here, and then this power strip, it's definitely over its maximum capacity. So I have the switch plugged in here. I have the record player plugged in here. I have the stereo plugged in here. I have the phono preamp plugged in here, and I just have this one free socket and the Mac Mini. And then here I have the power strip plugged in there, and then I have another cable that is going to the fish tank for the filter. Anyway, if we move over here, as you saw, I have yet another power strip, but this yet again will be filled, about almost. So on this guy in the future, I'm gonna have, this is also gonna be a network thing. I'm planning to have an Airport Express here. So if I do get the Airport Express, well, right now this is the current setup. So White Sapphire is plugged in here. The iMac is plugged in here. No, this is a cinema display, iMac, White Sapphire, and then my Surface Pro 4. It's my laptop, day-to-day laptop, but it isn't plugged in right now. So this would be filled with loads of stuff. So the White Sapphire would be plugged in here, because this is going to be separate from what I'm having for the Mac and the display and the speakers. This will be the switch, the Mac Mini, probably something for a NAS, the Airport Express maybe here, and then I'll just have one single free socket. Possibly 2. If I have the Airport Express hooked up separately, which I probably will. And then I just got this today. It's a small power strip. It's quite nice. It's braided, and it has a right angle connector. And here I will have my Mac Pro cinema display, and I'm also going to be getting Harman Kardon sound sticks, which will plug in there. I'm going to have 2 USB ports. This one will be for my Amazon Alexa, and I'll have one free socket. And you're wondering why I got one with a right angle plug. Well, you may not be able to see well on video, but back here, there's 2 sockets. One is the one for a coaxial cable, and the next one is a power socket. So you might be able to see back there. Sorry. But yeah, they're back there. So that's why I have the right angle thing, because I've got my absolutely monstrous bookcase in front of it, which obviously is a giant problem, no pun intended. So I got a right angle connector. Third problem, and that is networking. The networking problem here I definitely want to fix. So before, I had my own Wi-Fi network with the Mac Mini, and you may be wondering, how did I do that? Well, I use internet sharing, so I can take the wireless signal from my router, which is in a completely different room, and make this basically into a router so my computers can connect to it, or use it through a switch, which is what I'm using right now. So originally, the switch was hooked into, and this was only for data pretty much, except for the computers that cannot connect to the internet, i.e. my iMac G3. So it's plugged into the back here, right there, which goes into the switch. And then I had 2 of these plugged in. Mine is this one, because that's for the Mac Mini. Right here, there would be, there are 2. So this one would be for the Mac, for my iMac, and this one would be for my iMac. both are for my iMac. So this one would be for my G3, that would be for my mid-2007 over there. So both of these would be plugging into, like I said, the both iMacs. And then one of them was really long, so it reached all behind the bed. And it went around here, and then I had a second power strip over here, which 3 of them were filled up by my iMac, my Next Station, and my Macintosh SE. And then it went into here, and I plugged into any computer that I wanted to. Obviously, this is still finished. This is not finished yet, so I'm just getting a fresh coat of paint, and I'm gonna redo this carpet, and we're gonna put in a completely new one. And this won't have any computers in it. The computers will be moved to a new spot when we have a studio somewhere else other than my room. Although there's going to be another desk in here, which I'm probably going to use for testing, but it's not like the iMac needs another monitor. So yeah. Basically, the networking problem is that most of the computers in here can't connect to the internet that I'm going to be using, except for stuff like the Mac Pro, which is going to go somewhere over there, White Sapphire, which is going to go there, obviously, and the Mac Mini, which can connect to the internet, which is over there. So I want to use the Mac Mini just as a file server, which I am now. I'm just having these 2 hard drives set up into a striped RAID configuration. So I have 2 full terabytes of storage. And now into the Mac Mini, I'm going to have one single Ethernet out, which is going to go all the way over here. And it's going to go into this guy, and then I'm going to have a second cable that might plug into the Mac Pro. Or I might just have one cable from the Mac Mini going into the Mac Pro. And since it has 2 slots, I can have one that's going to there, so we can connect it both to the Mac Pro and the Mac Mini through hard wiring. So once I get the Airport Express, everything is going to be enhanced in here in terms of networking. And now I just want to conclude the video. So those were 3 things I really wanted to address in this basically wrap up of the beginning of the year from January to August, and it's been great. I haven't really addressed what I got for my birthday last year, but I got the cinema display, the Mac Mini, my new Apple 1048 keyboard that I think is great, and also a Magic Mouse, the original, not the new one, because I don't want to deal with the crazy lightning cable charging fiasco. So, anyway, another thing that's changed since I ripped apart the setup was that my main computer turned into my iMac to mid-2007, other than my White Sapphire, because my White Sapphire was hooked up to an awesome triple monitor setup with 223 HP 2311Xs hooked up to it and the cinema display. So it was a grand total of 63 inches total of viewing angle. But now the cinema display is going to go to a single setup, which is a lot easier, a lot less cables. And it's going to have a 30-inch. And it's going to have about the same amount of pixels. But just think about it. I'm literally going to have a 27-inch iMac in my room. But it's just a monitor. But yeah. Also, sorry for going off topic, but I just don't understand why Apple wanted to discontinue its Thunderbolt displays. I just think that was a really bad idea. I mean, I understand that they discontinued Airport and that thing, oh, we just want to do this because the iPhone makes a lot of money, etc. Yeah, whatever. So, that was just, I wanted to do the big reveal, my cable management issues, my networking issues. Basically, things I wanted to just say that, hey, I got this problem, and yeah. So overall, the channel is doing great. We're having a grand total of 13 subscribers. I mean, it may not be much, but at least our fan base is growing a bit. And we're having a lot more views thanks to the 5K iMac video and the Nintendo Switch video. Even though the Nintendo Switch video was actually the second video I ever made, bringing in the views. So thank you so much for supporting us. I didn't really talk about this in any episode because I was so busy. School was still going on. But on June 8th, 2 months ago actually, TechTalk celebrated its first anniversary. Can you believe that? Most people about my age would give up after that. You know, like, oh, I've only got a few views, I've only got a few subscribers, whatever. But me and Johannes have still pushed on, and we're still making content, and we're definitely making a lot more in the future. So please stay tuned for the rest of the ride. Thank you so much for supporting us. Every single one of the donations we've got, the Next Station, the iMac, the PowerBook, the SE, now the Mac Pro. Thank you so much for in the entire fan base. So I just wanted to say, just thanks, really. Even though I've said that 3 times in this entire video. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you liked the video, you can use the like button. If you didn't like it, the other button works too. Please comment on the videos telling us how you liked it. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. We'll see you